Today we'll be talking to you about understanding different personality types in the workplace. So to start off, we would like to introduce ourselves. My name is Yosef.
I'm John. My name is Alex.
My name is Benjamin.
And I'm Ashley.
And with that being said, I would like to jump right into our agenda for today. So currently I am conducting our introduction. And once I have concluded our introduction, we'll have John talk to you a little about talk to you about your personality type and how you can use it to build your brand. After John is done, Alex will then talk to you about the four social styles, and then once Alex has concluded his part, John will then talk to you about the different management styles in the workplace. Followed by Ben will be Ashley talking to you about customer personality types. So, and then I will come back and wrap it up with our conclusion and questions. So with that being said, I will now pass it off to John to talk to you about your personality type.
All right, so as Joseph said, I'm going to talk to you a bit about your personality type. But before we get started, has anybody heard of the Myers-Briggs personality test? All right, so a lot of people. Has everybody taken it? All right, so you know what I'm talking about. The reason I talk about it is to get to know your personality. So, as most of you know, Myers-Briggs, they ask you a whole bunch of different questions, give you different scenarios, saying how would you feel if you did this, how would you feel if you did that, what would that happen? And then so they break it down to whether you're an introvert, extrovert, thinking, sensing, judging, perceiving, so on and so forth, to where you get down to 16 different personalities. And this lets you know exactly who you are and where generally you should be going in the workplace. All right, so it's important to understand the different types because it not only do you need to know who you are as a person, you need to know how to interact with other people who are different to you. So it's important to understand where they're coming from. So for me, for example, I'm an introvert, and so it would be very difficult for me to get along and work with somebody that's an extrovert that throws up their hands and just like does whatever they want, like laissez-faire. I want more detailed, like action plan, so on and so forth. So now that you've understood what you are and what other people are, you got to use your personality test and personality to determine what kind of CEO you want to be of yourself. Because everybody here is a CEO of themselves. And you got to think to yourself, what makes you different from everybody else? Because everybody has similar skills. What makes you different? What makes you stand out? So there's a simple thing that you can do. It's called the 15 word or less challenge. And that's basically you write down yourself in 15 words or less, and then you read it, and you read it, and you read it. You do it several times. If nothing jumps out to you, nothing stands out, nothing puts a smile on your face, then you need to do some other kind of soul searching and figure out how to brand yourself. And finally, I just want to end off on how to brand yourself in terms of once you get to know people and once you get to know their personalities, the trick is to align yourself with those kind of people so you can work more effectively. Like I mentioned earlier, I would work better with somebody that's more in line with me, more detail oriented versus somebody who's not as detail oriented. And finally, I just want to say that you can change your personality. I mean, you can't change your personality, but you can effectively manage your brand and overcome those shortcomings. That being said, I'd like to pass it on to Alex to talk to you more about four social styles.
Thanks, John. So John began the presentation by discussing how important it is to know our personality type to build our brand. Now, in order to better market our brand among the workplace, we need to understand these four social styles in order to understand how our personality type may fit in with these social styles and how our coworkers' personality types fit in with these social styles. So I'm going to begin with the driving style. People with the driving style are typically seen as active, determined, and direct. They have little tolerance for any activities they deem are a waste of time, and they prefer to get to the point and to stay on target. They also prefer others to show respect by sticking to time and schedules. They enjoy having power and making their own decisions and do not like being told what to do. The second social style is the expressive social style. These people are seen as impulsive, talkative, and personable. They approach situations more casually and are often willing to share their feelings and thoughts with others. Their use of the time is more impulsive, contradictory to the driving style. They're not concerned with sticking to schedules as much. They tend to base their decisions more on opinions rather than facts and logic, and can sometimes be persuaded with incentives. The third social style is the amiable social style. They are seen as open, agreeable, and they really value relationships with their coworkers or teammates. They are people-oriented. To them, people are people, not just a means to accomplish a goal. So they really value the relationships they can kind of build with people in the workplace. They prefer collaboration rather than competition, myself closer to the analytical style, but I definitely have a coworker who is more of the expressive style. If I go to ask a yes or no question, 30 minutes into the conversation about what they did last weekend with their cousin, I still don't have my answer. And I realize that dealing with those types of people tend to lean me toward the driving style, where if I don't have to interact with that person, I'm like, okay, let's get to the point, give me the answers that I need. With that being said, about the 4 social styles, Ben is going to actually discuss about the different management styles we'll likely encounter in the workplace.
Thank you, Alex. So I'm going to talk to you a little about dealing with certain types of bosses and the 4 most common types of managers you'll see in the workplace. So first, the authoritative boss. Usually they're risk takers and can be very perceptive. However, they can be poor communicators and can be suspicious of others. So to deal with these types of personalities, it's best to be specific and allow little room for misinterpretation. Next, we have the narcissistic boss. They usually do not welcome feedback and feel very self-entitled. The best approach when dealing with these types of people is to anticipate the problem before they occur and communicate frequently with them. Next, we have the everyman boss. They're usually likable, but can lead ineffectively. Best strategy when dealing with these types of bosses is to train him or her into realizing decisions aren't that scary. It will also allow you to lead discussions and get noticed in your workplace faster. Lastly, we have the pace-setting boss. They create a competitive work environment and are very demanding of their employees. When you deal with these types of bosses, ask as many details and questions as possible. Ask about what it means to be successful and what steps you need to take to become successful. So there are various upper management personalities and different ways you can approach them. However, the key to succeeding, according to Tom Peters in this article, the brand called You, is to provide unique and original ideas that set you apart from the rest. Now I'll pass it on to Ashley to talk more about personalities and customers.
Question. So I'm going to talk to you about the 4 different types of customer personalities and how to handle each situation so that you will not do something like this. And it says, hi, sorry for the issue you're having. Do you want support to reach out to help, or are you just looking to publicly shame us? So clearly you do not want to send something like that. Instead, I hope I can help you to receive something like this. It says, I love at Delta. Had to change my flight at the last second tonight, and customer service is great as always. Thanks so much. So the first customer personality type is the compliant customer. So the compliant customer is always friendly and very nice, and they almost never give you any type of hard time. Of course, they ask you the occasional question, but you're always prepared for the answer. But my tip to you is to not make this customer feel like they're a routine customer. If you do not make them feel special, then they may go somewhere else. The next one I have is the uneducated customer. So the uneducated customer is the customer that doesn't really know what types of services or products that you have or kind of how they work. So for example, if you're a security camera company and you install security cameras in your house, the customer walks in and they say, I want you to install security cameras in my car. Well, clearly you don't do that, but they insist on you doing it for them. So these customers can be very difficult to deal with because they seem like they are not listening to you. Please guys, do not yell at them or try to slap them. That will get you fired, and I do not want you fired. So instead, if you cannot handle the situation professionally, revert them to your manager or somebody higher up that can handle the situation. Next, we have the angry customer. So we all know this type of customer. We've either seen it, dealt with it, or you've been the angry customer. So the best thing to do for this customer is to try to handle the situation as calmly and quickly as possible. Make sure that you're letting the customer know that you're trying to handle it and get it done as soon as possible. If the situation gets out of control, the best thing to do is hand it to a manager or somebody else higher up as well. Luckily, this is a win-win situation for the customer and for the manager because the customer feels like their needs are being heard and dealt with, and also the manager is able to deal with the situation hands-on. Lastly, we have the unethical customer. So this is the type of customer that will either steal or lie to you in order to gain an advantage. So for example, say you have a product or price that is lower than your competitors, but a customer walks in saying that your product is more expensive. Joseph for the conclusion.
Thank you very much, Ashley. I really hope our presentation today has proved to be very valuable to you all, and I hope it'll be useful in your future endeavors. So right now, I'd like to go over what my teammates went over with you guys today. So today we had John go over your personality types and how they can be used to your advantage when you are building your brand. Then we had Alex cover the 4 social styles, which were the expressive social style, amiable social style, the driving social style, as well as the analytical social style. After Alex finished his part, we then had Ben cover the 4 management styles in the workplace, which were the narcissistic social style, or narcissistic boss, the authoritative boss, the everyman boss, as well as the pace-setting boss. Once Ben finished his part, we then had Ashley talk to you a little bit about customer personalities and how to deal with them in the workplace, such as a compliant customer, an educated customer, as well as an angry customer and an unethical customer. And so I would like to end the day with a quote by a man named Bruce Lee. And the quote says, "Always be yourself, express yourself, have faith in yourself, do not go out and look for a successful personality to duplicate." What he means by this is that your personality is unique to your own self. No one else can do you better than yourself. So learn to accept yourself for who you are